Wearable AI is about to change everything, not in a decade, not in 5 years. By 2027, your smartphone could be as obsolete as a flip phone. And the company leading the charge, it's not who you think. What if I told you that in less than 24 months, your primary device won't live in your pocket? It'll live on your face, your wrist, or even in your ear? Stay with us. Because by the end of this video, you might be rethinking the very idea of what a device even is. Want to stay ahead of the AI curve? Hit subscribe, tap the notification bell, and like the video so you never miss the future unfolding in real time. These small actions ensure you're always first to know about the next big leap in tech. For over a decade, smartphones have been the center of our digital universe. They've replaced our maps, our cameras, our televisions, even our wallets. But the very concept of a phone is starting to feel outdated, because a phone still relies on screens, taps, swipes, and typing. And those methods are increasingly clunky in a world racing toward invisible, seamless, voice-first interaction. The next evolution of interface isn't about putting more pixels on a screen, it's about removing the screen entirely. Wearable AI isn't just the next upgrade, it's the next interface. And by 2027, it may completely disrupt the trillion-dollar smartphone industry. Think of it less as an add-on, and more as a foundational shift, akin to the leap from dial-up to broadband, or from analog to digital. The shift is already underway. Major tech companies have quietly pivoted from phones to wearables. Apple's Vision Pro wasn't just about launching a new headset, it was Apple's opening move into spatial computing. Meta's Ray-Ban smart glasses are shipping with built-in AI that can understand what you're looking at. Amazon is embedding Alexa into earbuds and ambient assistants that learn your patterns and speak only when relevant. Google's Project Iris is a secretive AR glasses initiative that could revive the dream of Google Glass, with one crucial difference. This time, AI is leading the charge. And then there's Humane. Their AI pin made headlines as a wearable assistant with no screen and no apps. It lives on your shirt, listens to your voice, sees what you see, and responds intelligently. It's not perfect, and critics had a lot to say about the launch, but here's what most people missed. It's not about the pin, it's about the platform. Humane isn't trying to replace your phone with a gadget, they're replacing your phone with an entirely new way of interacting with AI. This is about ambient, multimodal computing. That means your devices don't just hear you, they see your environment, interpret your behavior, understand your context, and act on your behalf. That level of interaction is what makes wearable AI fundamentally different from voice assistants like Siri or Alexa. This isn't about barking commands, it's about collaboration. It's about intelligence that flows with you, intuitively and silently supporting your goals. Imagine walking into a grocery store and your wearable immediately highlights your shopping list based on your diet, your current cravings, and what's on sale. It sees what you see, knows what you need, and helps you make better choices in real time. No app, no tapping, no distractions, just helpful context-aware nudges delivered through voice or augmented visuals. Or imagine you're traveling. You're walking through a foreign city, and your AI assistant is not only navigating you to your destination, it's translating signs, pointing out nearby landmarks, recommending restaurants based on your tastes, and warning you about unsafe areas. All of this delivered through subtle audio cues or a heads-up overlay in smart glasses. You're fully present, eyes up, completely connected to the world around you. It's not just assistance, it's a superpower. That's the promise of wearable AI, and it's becoming real faster than anyone expected. Analysts once predicted mainstream adoption by 2030. Now 2026 is looking more likely, and consumer behavior is already shifting. Let's break down the core technologies making this possible. First, multimodal AI models. Models like OpenAI's GPT-4o and Google's Gemini 1.5 can now process voice, images, video, and environmental cues all at once. This allows your assistant to understand not just what you say, but where you are, what you're looking at, and what you might need next. The AI isn't guessing anymore, it's perceiving. And with enough real-world inputs, it's learning how to be truly useful, not just reactive. Second, miniaturized edge computing. Devices like the Snapdragon XR2, Gen 2 chip, or Apple's M-series silicon are now small enough and power-efficient enough to perform real-time inference on wearables. Devices like the Snapdragon XR2, Gen 2 chip, or Apple's M-series silicon are now small enough and power-efficient enough to perform real-time inference on wearables. That means your data doesn't have to travel to the cloud and back, it's processed instantly, on-device, preserving privacy and reducing lag. Your information stays with you, and that's a game changer for trust and responsiveness. Third, advances in battery and interface design. Bone conduction audio, microprojectors, touch-sensitive fabrics, and skin contact sensors are transforming how we input and receive information. Your earbud might hear your voice and measure your pulse. Your ring might act as a motion controller and a health tracker. Your glasses might double as your browser and camera. Entire layers of human interaction are being compressed into micro-interactions that feel natural. And finally, there's spatial computing. This is the layer where digital content blends seamlessly into the physical world. With the right combination of sensors, cameras, and AI, your wearable can map your environment in 3D and anchor digital experiences in real space. It can draw arrows on the sidewalk to show you where to walk, hover captions over people's heads for real-time translation, or turn your living room into a cinema with gesture-based controls. When these elements converge, multimodal AI, edge computing, innovative hardware, and spatial interaction, you don't just get a new gadget, you get a new reality, one where the boundary between physical and digital becomes a spectrum instead of a wall. Now picture your day with wearable AI. You wake up and your smart ring detects you're stirring. It gently vibrates to wake you at the optimal point in your sleep cycle. Your glasses overlay your calendar and news as you prepare breakfast. Your AI reads your body temperature, heart rate, and stress levels, and recommends hydration and a protein-rich meal. As you commute, your assistant offers a condensed audio briefing of your emails, messages, and task lists, customized and prioritized. At work, your AI records your meetings, flags action items, and suggests next steps. It monitors your energy and reminds you to take breaks when your cognitive load peaks. During a brainstorming session, it surfaces relevant ideas from past notes or internet research in real time. As the day progresses, your wearable helps you manage time, optimize focus, and stay aligned with your goals. Your workday becomes more fluid and adaptive. In the evening, your AI adjusts lighting and soundscapes to help you unwind. It tracks your movement and sleep quality. Before bed, it summarizes your day's progress, then switches into rest mode, gently coaching your breathing to enhance sleep onset. Even your dreams potentially become a frontier for AI-assisted subconscious exploration. Midway through this transformation, you still have a choice. Do you wait until everyone else makes the leap, or do you explore the tools that are already here? The early adopters of wearable AI are already shaping what this ecosystem will look like. But none of this comes without trade-offs. The very intimacy that makes wearables powerful also makes them risky. Always-on microphones, cameras that see what you see, AI that remembers everything. It's a privacy nightmare if mishandled. We must be vigilant, not just curious. That's why transparency, encryption, and user control must become the foundation of wearable design. Humane has built consent indicators into their devices, visible lights that alert others when you're recording. Meta is following suit, but technical indicators are only part of the puzzle. Social norms and legal frameworks must evolve to catch up with the implications of always listening devices. The way we talk about consent and awareness will fundamentally change. Governments are starting to pay attention. The EU is crafting new guidelines under its AI Act to regulate continuous biometric surveillance. In the US, the FCC and FTC are examining how voice data is collected, stored, and shared. And in Asia, countries like South Korea are establishing public-private partnerships to ensure wearable AI aligns with cultural expectations and data sovereignty. We're entering a new phase of digital governance. Ethically, we must also ask, what happens when AI knows you better than you know yourself? When your wearable starts anticipating your choices, finishing your sentences, or suggesting decisions, will you become more empowered or more dependent? Will autonomy fade or flourish in a new way? These are the questions being asked by ethicists and technologists alike. And while the answers aren't simple, one thing is clear. The genie is out of the bottle. The question is no longer if wearable AI will replace your phone, it's when and how. According to analysts, the wearable AI market could surpass $150 billion by 2028. Smartphone sales are slowing. Meanwhile, sales of smartwatches, fitness bands, and smart glasses are accelerating. Venture capital is pouring into startups building AI-powered wearables. Investors are betting not just on devices, but on the disappearance of devices as we know them. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a phase shift. It's the next computing epoch, and if history is any guide, these transitions happen fast. We went from flip phones to smartphones in less than a decade, from dial-up to 5G in just over one. When the right convergence of technology, convenience, and user need happens, change becomes exponential, change becomes inevitable. By 2027, your phone might still exist, but you won't rely on it. It'll sit quietly in your bag, your pocket or your drawer, used only for tasks that haven't yet migrated to your ambient assistant. Your main interface with the digital world will be invisible, integrated and always with you. It won't be something you open, it will be something that opens to you. We've seen this kind of shift before: the printing press, the personal computer, the smartphone. Each time the interface changed, and society changed with it. Now we're on the cusp of another leap, one that brings AI from something we use to something that lives with us, supports us, understands us, maybe even inspires us. So what do you think? Are you ready to let go of the screen and step into a future where the machine fades into the background and your experience takes center stage? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and follow Tech Mythos for more exciting breakdowns of the innovations shaping tomorrow. Because the future isn't just smart, it's wearable, and it's arriving faster than you think.